Hey guys, I'm not sure who needs this reminder, but today I want to make a video to remind you to just be present. It's so easy to get caught up in thinking about the future to an extent where you actually just are not even here where you're at. And I've struggled with this for a long time, and partially I'm even making this video just to sort of make that commitment to myself because I overthink about my videos sometimes about, oh, is this gonna make sense? Is this gonna resonate? Yada yada yada. But that's why I made it my goal to just post a video every day to kind of overcome that perfectionist inside of me that is always thinking about how I can do things better instead of just getting comfortable in the present moment. Like really enjoying just like for example for myself, just being here and talking with you guys on the camera. So and yeah, since I've started posting these longer form videos every single day, I do genuinely feel like it's helped me to sort of break that perfectionism and to really get back to the present moment, which I think is the most important thing. So if you're like me, someone who can struggle with just being present because you're always thinking about how you can do everything better and you could be really hard on yourself, just remember that what's most important, if you're like me, is yourself. You should be the most important thing, not am I doing things perfectly? First of all, perfection does not exist. Second of all, your health is the most important thing. Like your vessel, your body, your mind, your soul, if those things are not healthy, it's the equivalent of having a car that like you haven't been doing all the maintenance and yet you're expecting for it to like to be able to drive it around the country for like you're like it's the only car you get and you're expecting to be able to drive it around the country for like a long time. It's like take care of your body, mind and soul. Like you're going to be here for a while. If unless you're like 95 years old and you're watching this, you're probably going to be here for a long time more, many many years to come. So just really take care of yourself. Like literally do things that nourish your mind, body, soul. And even as simple as taking 60 seconds to just acknowledge certain things that you've been accomplishing lately. This morning I made my bed. This morning, I wrote in my journal. This morning, I said good morning to my mom and I gave her a hug, and I smiled at her. Like even something that simple, just acknowledging effort and work that you put in, it can literally go a long way to like shift your mind as well. So again, this video is just to remind you to come back to the present moment, to really come back to the present moment, because the universe or God or source, all these different words for God, but like I feel like God wants all of us to just be healthy, right? Because if you think about it, when you're healthy, when you feel good, you bring that energy to everybody else. Like everybody on a certain level deals with overthinking. Everybody on a certain level deals with doubt and insecurity and things like that. So like the more peacefulness, the more healthiness, the more lovingness, the more lack of judgment, the more the less anxiety that's in the air, the more of a healthy environment this planet becomes. And I feel like the healthier the planet becomes, the more healthy choices are made. I mean, there's so much violence in the world today, right? There's so much violence happening all the time, including right now in 2026. And it's like, well, if we were to just take care of ourselves a little bit better, whether that be a walk, whether that be to journal, whether that be to just start talking to ourselves a little more positively by acknowledging some of the things that we do on a daily day basis and just investing into ourselves by doing things that we really want to do and investing into people and services and products that just help us to be better. Like just think about how much better the world would be if everybody was doing some of that to an extent, right? And I know that definitely some of us are more privileged than others, 100,000%. But if anything, that's even more reason for us to make sure to take care of ourselves. Because if we have the privilege to be able to take care of ourselves, then we should do it because there's some people who can't. And then ultimately, again, if we take care of ourselves, it's going to have that universal ripple effect, and I think we cannot forget how interconnected we are as a species around the entire world, so please come back to the present moment, take care of yourself, love yourself, because ultimately that is going to make the world a better place. I swear to you. I swear to you, because even in just the most practical example, it's obvious that it's true. If you go to the grocery store and you go to the cashier and you're pissed off and you project that anger towards her, you're obviously going to affect her day. But if you go into the store and you're smiling and, you feel good and you tell her, you compliment her, that's like night and day. You're gonna like potentially make her go from feeling sad or depressed to feeling excited and seen and validated, and you know, I don't know, you could just boost up her confidence and everything in just a single moment. So it's like you see how it can go both ways, and then you give her that compliment, and then all of a sudden she gives that to her next customer, and then that customer gives it to the next person, and then you see what I'm saying? Like, we're all interconnected. And it all starts with us being comfortable in the present moment by loving ourselves and being there for ourselves. So I hope this video landed for you. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video, comment any questions or ideas for future videos, and share the video with someone else who might need to hear it. I love you guys so much. Subscribe. I'm making videos like this every single day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.